Ben, it's great seeing you and meeting you in person. Thank you very much for joining us here in our pop-up studio. For those who have not met you, tell us briefly who you are and what you do.
Sure, I'm CEO and founder of Plumery, which is a digital banking experience platform. We take care of everything, let's say, customer-facing for banks and financial companies.
Okay, now help me understand, why is the digital experience so important these days?
Well, digital experience is obviously what customers see first when they interact with financial organization. And today, regular consumers compare their banks to other apps they have on their phone. And we see companies like Revolut, but also non-banking companies, take any name, Spotify, Netflix, they're really shaping the expectation for customers. And that means banks and financial companies, shall step up and provide experience that is similar, that is competitive, and meets the expectations of customers from all different angles, from a smooth and seamless onboarding to hyper-personalized experiences to experiences that evolve continuously and are relevant for what consumers really want to achieve.
Okay, now I worked in financial services before, and there was this notion that what customers want is functions. They want functionality. But nowadays, functionality can be pretty much taken through APIs out of the shelf. So if we talk about hyper-personalization, how can that enable companies to make a competitive advantage and to distinguish themselves in the market?
Yeah, it's a good question. We had a panel on that specifically earlier today. And one of the things we discussed on the panel is that there are kind of multiple generations of personalization, right? And the first generation was all about configurability, basically enabling customers to configure how they want to see functionality. But it was, as you said, very much functionality based. The second hyper-personalization or personalization generation was all about upselling additional services. But it was, again, very much business focused. And now the third generation is actually all about being relevant and being contextual and offering both services and additional functionality, combining what's provided by the organization itself with what's available in the ecosystem, and making it in a holistic and seamless way. Again, to make it relevant and contextual for consumers. So they are not just getting a pure function, but they're getting function that is very much relevant to them at the given point in time in their life and at the particular location or situation, when this makes most of the sense and brings most of the value.
Mm-hmm. Now, if we look at the build versus buy question, why should customers think of buying Plumery solution instead of building it themselves?
I think both aspects are very important, buy plus build. That's why we follow that mantra. We call this buy for feature parity and build for competitive edge. Because why would you build something that is very much expected today by every consumer? It's provided already by most of the financial institutions, and by building it from scratch, you will just lose your time, right? And just get to the parity. So parity is something you can build, buy, but differentiation is something you wanna build. But then the platform that supports that is something the customers should be looking for, and Plumery is specifically designed to support both ends of that spectrum very well.
Right, okay, now we're here at Baltic FinTech Day, so help me understand, why is the Baltics a particularly attractive market for Plumery?
So Baltics is a booming market when it comes to digital banking in a broader sense. When I say digital banking, I mean e-money institutions, digital wallets, payment services, and the like. Right, Baltics wanted to position themselves in the center of that movement already quite some years ago, and this is still ongoing. We see, let's say, if Lithuania was leading the stage at some point, now we see Latvia, but also Estonia is picking up the pace as well, and also want to position themselves on the same map. And it's great that Lithuania is a central hub for all three countries to come discuss innovation, present solutions, right, and grow this area even further.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, it's early afternoon on the main conference here in Baltic FinTech Days. What's been your key takeaway so far?
Oh, it's a great opportunity to network, great opportunity to meet new faces, but also very familiar faces. Me being in banking for quite some years, the network is growing all this year, so it's good to see also familiar faces. We're discussing a lot of great projects, a lot of great initiatives that people are working on, and how we could possibly contribute and enable them on these journeys.
Amazing. Well, Ben, it's great having you with us. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thanks so much, Chris. Appreciate it.